GDCAD, Nutrition, Nature's Medicine, Artificial Sweeteners, The Sweet Deception, Science Explained. At Introduction. When people are told that sugar is harmful, the natural next step seems logical. Let us replace sugar with something that tastes sweet, but has no calories. Thus, artificial sweeteners entered our lives, promoted as diabetic-friendly, weight-loss-friendly, and safe alternatives. But modern science now tells a very different story. Artificial sweeteners may contain 0 calories, but they are not metabolically neutral. They profoundly affect the brain, gut microbiome, insulin signaling, appetite regulation, and long-term metabolic health. This lecture explains, scientifically and clearly, why artificial sweeteners may be just as harmful and sometimes more harmful than white sugar. Part 1. What are artificial sweeteners? Artificial sweeteners are synthetic or highly processed compounds designed to activate sweet taste receptors without providing calories. Common artificial sweeteners include aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, Acesulfame-K. Neotame. They are hundreds to thousands of times sweeter than sugar, meaning very small amounts strongly stimulate taste receptors. The problem is not calories, the problem is biological signaling. Part 2. Sweet taste is a biological signal. Sweet taste evolved as a signal of energy availability. When sweetness is detected, the brain expects glucose. Insulin is prepared. Digestive hormones are activated. Reward pathways are stimulated. Artificial sweeteners break this contract between taste and nutrition. This mismatch confuses metabolism. Part 3. Artificial sweeteners and insulin response. Despite having no calories, artificial sweeteners can trigger cephalic phase insulin release, alter insulin sensitivity, worsen glucose tolerance over time. Scientific observations: some sweeteners increase insulin secretion, repeated exposure worsens insulin resistance, blood sugar control may deteriorate in regular users. Sweetness alone can dysregulate insulin even without sugar. Part 4. Artificial sweeteners and gut microbiome, critical. One of the strongest areas of concern. Artificial sweeteners alter gut bacteria composition, reduce beneficial microbes, promote dysbiosis, increase gut permeability, leaky gut. Key finding: studies show artificial sweeteners can induce glucose intolerance by altering gut microbiota. This means more insulin resistance, more inflammation, higher diabetes risk. A disrupted gut leads to disrupted metabolism. Part 5. Artificial sweeteners and the brain. Artificial sweeteners strongly stimulate the brain's reward system, but because calories don't follow, dopamine signaling becomes dysregulated. Satiety signals weaken. Cravings increase. Appetite control worsens. People consuming artificial sweeteners often experience increased hunger, increased snacking, preference for ultra-sweet foods, difficulty stopping sweets. Artificial sweeteners train the brain to crave sweetness more intensely. Part 6. Artificial sweeteners and weight gain, the paradox. Despite being marketed for weight loss, studies show regular users often have higher BMI, increased abdominal fat, increased risk of obesity, increased metabolic syndrome. Why? Appetite dysregulation, insulin disruption, gut microbiome damage, compensation eating. I saved calories so I can eat more. 0 calories does not mean 0 metabolic effect. Part 7. Artificial sweeteners and chronic inflammation. Artificial sweeteners increase oxidative stress, promote low-grade inflammation, activate inflammatory pathways indirectly via gut dysbiosis. Chronic inflammation is linked to diabetes, heart disease, autoimmune disorders, neurodegeneration. Part 8. Artificial sweeteners and long-term disease. Risk. Long-term observational studies associate artificial sweeteners with increased diabetes risk, increased cardiovascular disease, higher stroke risk, metabolic syndrome. This does not mean immediate toxicity, it means chronic metabolic disruption. Part 9. Commonly asked questions. Are artificial sweeteners safe for diabetics? They may not raise sugar immediately, but they can worsen insulin resistance long term. Are they safe in pregnancy? Some studies associate them with altered fetal metabolism, higher childhood obesity risk. Are they better than sugar? Both are harmful in different ways. Artificial sweeteners are not a healthy solution. Myths. No calories. Calc safe. Biology responds to signals, not labels. Recommended by guidelines. Many guidelines are based on short-term safety, not long-term metabolic health. Natural taste is not affected. Artificial sweeteners rewire taste perception. What is better than artificial sweeteners? Gradually reduce sweetness. Use whole foods. Prefer fruits in moderation. Use minimal natural sweeteners occasionally. Focus on protein and fat for satiety. Retrain taste buds. The healthiest level of sweetness is less sweetness. Conclusion. Artificial sweeteners represent a modern attempt to cheat biology, but the human body cannot be fooled. Sweetness without nutrition disrupts hormones. Signals without substance confuse metabolism. Pleasure without nourishment increases craving. Artificial sweeteners do not solve the sugar problem. They replace one metabolic stress with another. True health does not come from finding better substitutes for harmful habits. It comes from changing the habit itself. Reducing the desire for sweetness restores metabolic balance, gut health, appetite control, insulin sensitivity, brain chemistry. The real solution is not artificial sweetness, it is metabolic wisdom. Holistic Wellness Foundation, IMFAL, Healing Beyond Boundaries.